saw a mother's speech and now we are going to see a father's speech. So, Toastmaster Vijay Surana on the title of Speeches That Change the World. I repeat, Speeches That Change the World, Toastmaster Vijay Surana.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Thank you, Albert. Am I audible and visible? Am I audible and visible? Thank you, timer. You may start now. Hello, friends. In the August of 1963, when Martin Luther King delivered his speech, I have a dream, changed the world forever. Can you imagine the power and influence that speech had? That it changed the course of history in the most powerful nation on the planet and went on to influence the rest of the world. Indeed, words are powerful, but what makes them potent is how one delivers them. This brings me to the style of communication of these powerful speakers, be it Martin Luther King or Adolf Hitler. Both could weave magic with their words while reflecting two sides of a coin, good and evil. Nevertheless, the ingredients to deliver a profoundly influential speech are the same. Let me explain this to you. Listeners can be classified broadly in three different kinds: the visual, the auditory, and the kinesthetic listener. Now, to engage a visual listener, the speaker will have to bring massive energy on the stage. He'll have to shout, jump, and use powerful gestures. He would speak perhaps like this: to bring about a change in your life, you have to take action. And there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. So take action now and change your life. Well, then we have the auditory people. These people will tune into the words of a speaker who speaks on a steady tone. The tone is quite predictable and pleasant to hear for a short period of time, but also a bit hypnotic. These speaker will use the words like sound. Listen to me. I'd like to share my experience. These speaker would probably speak like this: bring about a change in your life, you have to take action. And there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. So take action now and change your life. Finally, we arrive at the kinesthetic people. These people are more feeling centered and they like to listen to the speakers who speak quietly and with a lot of warmth in their voice. These speakers give you long pauses to process the data which they've given to you. They use the words like soul, connection, feeling, and they probably speak like this: bring about a change in your life. You have to take action. And there's never a bad time to do the right thing. So take action now and change your life. Friends, but the audience will always comprise of all the above people. Then how you take them all along? How do you speak to inspire them all? The trick is in the style of communication that these eminent speakers have used. The media often shows us that part of famous speeches wherein either Adolf Hitler is shouting passionately while shaking his head, turning all his hair into mess, the audience roaring to it. Or that particular clip from Martin Luther King's renowned speech where he gets all emotional and energized while saying, I have a dream. But if you were to look at these speeches in full, these speakers never start there. They, in fact, arrive there. And this style is known as pacing and leading. These eminent speakers always start the speech at the kinesthetic level. They connect with the audience centered around feelings and emotions. And once they continue their speech on a more intensity, they build on the intensity, they hop on to the next level, which is the auditory level. At this level, they go on to speak on a more steady tone, which is pleasant to hear and somewhat hypnotic. By this time, they've built the crescendo, which enables them to hop on to the next level. And before it gets too monotonous, they jump on to the visual mode, bringing on a lot of energy and using powerful gestures and using the words like power, action, dream, change. At this moment, speaker holds so much influence over the audience that he can make them do anything. Ladies and gentlemen, pacing and leading an audience is perhaps the most persuasive approach towards delivering powerful speeches. And this style has a name. It is called the charisma pattern. Friends, in my pursuit to identify my style of communication, I have come to understand the different styles of communications that exist and beyond. This exploration has revealed to me the most influential way to communicate, which is to pace and lead your audience. As far as my communication, my style of communication is concerned, I'd say it's rather shrouded in mystery, where I happen to have the traits of all the kinds, a little bit of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Nevertheless, I believe this in fact works to my advantage. For that day, when I shall deliver a speech that will change the world, my audience, of course, will have all the kinds of listeners. So while I'm dubious of my style of communication, I'm sure which one to pursue. The charisma pattern it is. Thank you for listening to me. Off to Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Surana. That was an amazing and inspiring speech from you. I think uh, we will also be inspired on your speech, and the VTC will be moving to our next level, I think, on hearing your speeches also. So now let's take a 1 minute of time and send Toastmaster Vijay to share his feedback on his speech. Timer, please let me know after a minute.
One minute only.
Thank you, Toastmaster sir. So guys, so for which disease was the first vaccine was invented? Can anyone tell?
Smallpox?
Yeah, so you're right. So in 1798, the first vaccine was developed for the smallpox by Edward Jenner. So after that, due to many pandemics, there were different types of vaccines were then developed, like inactivated vaccines, live live action vaccines, and mRNA vaccines, subunit vaccines, and toxoid vaccines. And these vaccines are used at every pandemics. to to develop our immune system. So now let's start our second segment, table topics, where you will be given an instant topic and we have to perform in it. So for that, let's have a table topic master, Toastmaster Kirti Surana.
Thank you, thank you, TM Modi. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is the most interesting aspect of the entire meeting, which is open both for people who has taken vaccine and who has not taken vaccine. Here, I mean the Toastmasters who are developing impromptu speaking skills by joining Toastmaster Club, which acts as a vaccine, immunity to protect from stage fear, and guests who wants to develop it. As a table topic master, I will introduce a topic and call on the speaker, who will be given 2 minutes to speak on the subject. Timer will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. 30 seconds of buffer time will be given before starting the speech and after 2 minutes to complete your speech. So any volunteers, you can message in the chat box or you can raise your hand. It's going to be easy. The topic is related to current scenario. Yeah. So everyone can speak about it.
May I go first?
Yeah, okay. Is this Gaurav?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken vaccine, Gaurav?
Not yet.
Okay.
I registered myself but didn't get the slots.
Okay. So okay. Guest Gaurav, how pandemic will shape the near future? How pandemic will shape the near future? Guest Gaurav.
Firstly, thank you, Table Topic Master Kriti, for giving me this opportunity. So, how pandemic is going to shape the near future for us? It's a really challenging time, and the way we take up this time, the way we take up this as a challenge and try to do new things, and then like try to spend this time, try to find comfort in like, difficult times like this, which we never faced in the past. The way we handle them is surely going to determine the future we're gonna live after the post pandemic. For example, for students in their 20s, they start learning like new skills, like new technology. They start to adapt to new technology from the home itself. They might find it useful in the post pandemic. And instead of that, if they just binge watch or like just spend the time casually, like without really learning anything different or something important, that's not going to help them in the future, in the post pandemic. So, what we're going to do now is going to be detrimental for life after pandemic. Also, adding to this, like how we spend time with our family, with our close ones at our homes, and something which we might not have got a chance to do in the past is gonna it may have an impact on the future which we live. So this is the time, I guess. This is a very high time to live that life we always wanted to, like, have that solo time, have that time with ourselves, and do all things that we always wanted to, but we never had time for. So I would suggest to make the most use of this time and do all you can, which is gonna make an impact on life after this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to Gaurav for taking the first initiative. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Gautam is raising hand.
Okay. Okay. Toastmaster Gautam. So I'll give you a topic. Okay. Toastmaster Gautam, why rumors about vaccine spread and how to rebuild trust? Why rumors about vaccine spread and how to rebuild trust? Toastmaster Gautam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kriti. I mean, this is a topic you're asking to someone who hasn't taken vaccine. So I think I can speak a little bit on that. Well, you see, fear. As human beings, we fear everything, the smallest thing. Okay, you fall down from your stairs, or maybe you had a bad experience when going for parachuting. You fear height. Maybe while taking injection, the nurse might have been drunk or something, and the nurse did something wrong, and now you fear injections. So even a small thing can instill fear in you. So that's how small, and that's how yes, a crucial fear is in our nature. So that's what's happening to our mind as well. As we keep hearing different scenarios from different people, especially right now and lately, the esteemed actor Vivek, who had passed away, God bless his soul, he had passed away because of some issues in the heart. And suddenly, out of nowhere, there are millions and millions of people who are saying it is because of vaccine. That's because the truth is there's something in his heart, a heart blockage, which could not have started in 1 week or 2 days. It's been going on that for years. But people are not able to accept the truth. They just want to put the blame on something there. So that's why there's a lot of fear. We keep hearing different things from different people. We can't make up our mind. And how to build trust, essentially, people who have taken the vaccine, like for my parents who have taken vaccine, 2 doses actually, that's been pretty fine. They've gone out a couple of times to the market and they're still fine. So when people have taken vaccine, they come out and speak that no, this is fine, guys. I'm still fine. I'm actually doing much better. So it's only you trust the people you know more than some person on the news. So that's how we build, by taking the vaccine ourselves and then spreading the news to someone else. If we keep doing this in due time, I feel that all the fear of vaccine will hopefully go down. So with this, I hope all of you guys, whoever are not take the vaccine, including me, I hope we all take vaccine, and I hope we all try to come out of this pandemic and go back to our normal lives. Thank you so much. Over to the TTM.
Thank you, Gautam. It was wonderful. So now can we have a newbie Toastmaster Tarun?
Yeah.
Hello, can you turn on your camera, Tarun?
Sorry, I'm using this Android phone. That's why I'm not able to.
Okay.
Next time.
Okay. I'll give you a topic. Okay. So. Have you taken vaccine, Tarun?
No, not yet.
Okay. Toastmaster Tarun, what it takes to crush a pandemic? What it takes to crush a pandemic, Toastmaster Tarun?
So first of all, I would say that we as a human have fought every pandemic whichever came in our way. We have been victorious every time, and we will be victorious this time also. But it would take time, patience. So you asked about what it takes to crush a pandemic. So pandemic, it's more about knowing what is causing it. Actually, the pandemic is about the virus which is causing the diseases, which is causing the distress. So vaccine is one of the key things which would help in crushing the pandemic. And the other things are awareness about the disease, and also what we can do from our side. Pandemic is not just outside; it is also inside us. Also, that what we are thinking about it, how we are reacting to it. So first of all, what it takes to crush a pandemic is vaccine, and second is our togetherness, that we can fight this vaccine with helping out each other, and the third is willpower, which is most important in any case. So these are the three things which I believe is most important to crush a pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Tarun. So can we have a last speaker? Anyone willing to? Or will close the session? Anyone? Okay, I'll close the session. Over to the TM Modi.
Thank you,
Kriti, Vijay
Toastmaster.
sir raised his hand.
Okay. Okay, I'll give. Yeah, last. So I'll give. Okay, as we have got vaccinated.
I have taken both the doses of vaccine,
Yeah,
Kirti,
so
if you have two
okay.
lists.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Vijay, how was the experience of vaccination and what will be your advice to others? How was the experience of vaccination and what will be your advice to others? Toastmaster Vijay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kriti. I've taken both the doses of my vaccine. Honestly speaking, the beginning when the vaccine was rolled out, I was dubious. Why? I had my reasons. Perhaps in the history of humanity, this was the first vaccine which was delivered to us less than a year. The clinical trials near the World War changed the course of history. The clinical trials at this time in this pandemic will change the course of the history once again. But this time, clinical trials were just too bit fast. And it doesn't work that way. We need to have a lot of sample. Every age group, of every nationality, men, women, children, with disease, without disease, the particular condition. We simply didn't have the time to test them all. So, how do we know for sure that the vaccine is safe to use? But we had to choose the lesser evil. And the clinical results showed us a promising future for the vaccines which are rolled out. Luckily, they were manufactured in India too. And slowly, when I saw a lot of people taking the vaccine and surviving, I gathered some courage. So I went on and took the first dose of my vaccine. Honestly speaking, I had a few symptoms post vaccine, pills, and other things. But that assured me that I had the real vaccine and not the placebo. Eventually, it was time for the second vaccine. And I'm here, live and thriving. I am a living example for you to be motivated to go and get your jabs now. Thank you for listening to me. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay, for motivating us. So now I would like to close the session and hand over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kriti, for your wonderful topics, and you also made the session is more interesting. The good output is from the good input, right? So thanks for choosing a wonderful topic, which actually suitable for the current situation, and your topics were also makes the awareness of the COVID vaccine. So since we have a lockdown from Monday, the government has made few relaxation for these 2 days, right? So yesterday evening, I went to a supermarket near the Katpadi to get some stuff. After I went in, I was like, why I am here now? Because I just bought two things, but waiting for an hour for billing. When I entered the shop, their baskets, when I entered the shop, I saw everyone were getting their stuff for this 1 week. That was really good that they are preserving the food for them. But while seeing their baskets, I was really shocked. Oh, you could see only the chips and soft drinks and chocolates were there. Filled with only these things, three things were almost there. So nowadays the people love to eat, take the organic things, but they miss their safety. Because of these things, they are not going to improve, or we are not going to improve our immune system. And you can also see there was no one is following their regulations and keep blaming on others that saying that high rate in the COVID. This includes me as well, right? So even I'm also used to blame the others. Can anyone say what kind of vaccine do we use for the COVID?
It's intramuscular vaccine, sir.
Sorry.
It's intramuscular vaccine.
Yeah. So that's called a messenger RNA. mRNA vaccines. And these types of vaccines actually uses a copy of a natural chemical called mRNA to produce an immune response. This vaccine transfers molecule of a synthetic RNA into a immunity cells. Once inside the immune cells, the vaccine RNA functions as a mRNA, causing the cells to build a foreign protein that would normally be produced by a virus or by a cancer cell. These protein molecules simulate an adaptive immunity system which teaches the body on how to identify and destroy the corresponding pathogen or the cancer cells. Okay, so the WHO was also strengthening our immunization in various years. Like in 1974, they launches an EPL. WHO launches an EPI goals like every child less than 1 year should receive a protection against 6 childhood diseases like tuberculosis, polio, diphtheria, pertussis, and tetanus and measles. So this tetanus toxide vaccination protects women and their newborns. So in 1990, vaccination protects less than 80% of the world's children from 6 main EPI diseases. New vaccines were also being included with the EPI program in many countries. And in 2000, Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization expand the reaches of EMI, and they also developed the vaccine in nearby in many countries in the natural through the natural programs by conducting many programs. So in today, approximately for a 1-year kid, there were like 24 vaccines were given from the birth. This can include the second dose and the third dose as well. So at birth they are giving like 3 vaccines, and after the 6 weeks, like 6 vaccines, and after 10 weeks, 5 vaccines, and at 14 weeks they are giving like 5 vaccines, 6 to 9 months like 2 vaccines, and 9 months again 2 vaccines, and 9 to 12 as 1 vaccine. This also includes like a second dose, third dose, everything. Right. So now let's move on to our third segment where we have a general evaluator. So let's call a general evaluator Toastmaster Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devendran. First, we'll have the evaluation segment for the prepared speeches. The first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Naveen, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Keertana. Over to you, Naveen.
Yeah. Firstly, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, my journey around sun, a topic which was itself very catchy and something just made me pause for a second and think about it. So by the way, Toastmaster Keertana, that was a wonderful icebreaker speech. And congratulations for beginning your pathways in Toastmaster Club. But in your speech, there were 3 main things that I really loved and adored about. Firstly is your structure of the speech. It had a proper structure right from the beginning till the end. And of course, motivational factors such as where you mentioned all of us to take risk in their respective lives, which could help all of us to get to pursue what we were always been decided for. It was something which most of us could easily relate with. So for that, and then usage of appropriate props. So when you told that you were alcoholic, of course, which you weren't, which you were not, you had a sip of juice, you took a glass of juice. I wish it was just only juice or nothing else. So it was something that we all really loved and admired about. And of course, you had a wonderful word rate in your speech right from the beginning till the end. But as I had already mentioned, I'm not just an evaluator for you today. I'm also going to be the vaccine. So I also need to make sure you have no such problems in your upcoming speeches. So I'd like to mention a few things on which you could improve upon. Firstly, is the placement of the camera. So I understand that we are in a pandemic, so online sessions are, it's quite hard. But I wish you place a camera at an appropriate place where which could help us see your face and your body completely. So this could make your speech much more impressive than what it actually is. So second is the usage of the stage. So I would like to recommend you to use your entire speech when you deliver your speech. For example, move towards your right when you want to tell something, and again move towards your left to give it much more importance. That would make your speech much more impressive. And of course, you had many filler words at all the instances. So I'd like to recommend you to, of course, minimize that, which could help your speech sound great. Of course, which was actually great even now. So to summarize, you had a wonderful speech. You had excelled in your structure of the speech, and of course, you were able to engage with the audience very well in the very first speech of yours, and of course, usage of appropriate props. But you could improve upon your stage coverage, your eye contact, and of course, reducing the filler words. So with that being said, over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen. Next, we have our evaluator number 2, Toastmaster Gautam, evaluating Toastmaster Vijay.
I hope I'm audible and visible. Thank you. All right. So first of all, congratulations on successfully completing the objectives of your level 2 speech 1 Toastmaster Vijay. There was an amazing speech, I would like to say, and it was great to see the kind of dedication you had put into your speech. First of all, I would say that the way you started your speech was amazing. Taking example and using voice modulation for Martin Luther King Jr. I think that's the kind of starting that you would want, either with a quote or with some sort of a question, or you modulate your voice in such a way that you capture the audience attention. Kudos to that. You used the examples to make a point, which was actually really, really cool. For each and every segment and each and every type of communication, you use the same sentence so that it could be compared. And you also used different ways of telling it, and that made it really, really vivid. So just in those two, I think the first 1 or 2 minutes itself, that I had come to a conclusion that you have successfully completed your speech objectives. So that was really, really cool. You had really good spacings. Like your voice was really, really vivid, and I could hear each and every syllable properly. So could everyone else over here. And you had great pauses, and I don't know whether you have any formal training in acting, but you kept showing that each and every time, which was which you've combined emotions, you've combined acting, and you've combined voice modulation to bring out your point very successfully, and kudos to that. Just one thing over here is I felt that your camera angle was we could see you deliver your speech, but most of the times your hands were getting cut off, just like how mine is. So it was almost like this. And hands are a very important part of giving a speech. I know you were trying to use your hands, and you did use successfully, but sometimes it was getting covered, which is just a waste of efficiency. And yeah, now all these points I'm going to say is just a ways to improve the speech, because you actually started the speech with amazing amount of momentum. You could have stood up, and when you were differentiating between each of your 3 styles, if you had stood up and gone, in one style at this point, then moved and come to the middle and given another style and moved to the side and given another style, by doing this, you will differentiate your styles even more. Because as you move by space, people also think that this is a different style. So that's one thing you could have done. And to add up to this is very optional. You could have used the PPT as well. This is just a very optional thing, because it could make the explanation part even more easier. I felt some points voice modulation was a bit overused. A bit of lag was coming in at each sentence. There was a bit of lag coming in, and when something is overused, it loses its speciality. Till that point, your voice modulation was amazing, but when it was getting overused, it started losing its speciality. And also towards the end, you could have spoken more about why you chose being the charismatic communication type, and what would you do in a situation, how would you use it. And conclusion is very important. So instead of ending with a thank you, you could have said, "My dear Toastmasters." It's not about how you speak, it's about how you get heard. Something like some quote or some sort of impactful ending could have been used as well. So in conclusion, your communication skills were just as you told about your speech, with expressions, voice modulation, all of the above. Just if you guys can just improve on these few points, you would be amazing. All the best to you. Over to the G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Next, let's move on to the quantitative feedback session evaluation segment with the tag team. First, we'll have Toastmaster Sadhana with her timer report.
Well, once again, good evening, all. Actually, it was an amazing session. Everybody given an indubitable performance. People, you all just nailed it by your performance because each and everyone really maintained your time well. And coming to next point, no one has exceed more time, like just once again, 2 seconds, that's it. So otherwise, you could all just seriously, I'm telling, this was a wonderful session. This 88 sessions really improved well. This shows our VTC performance great. And I don't want to mention especially this time. I will just give you a timer report. You can go through this and in next session, you can improve in your time. That's it. Over to the general evaluator of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadhana. Next up, we have our counter, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So here I am with a report. So firstly, the people with 0 accounts are Toastmaster Vijay. So we can give a great applause for him. And secondly, the people with less than 5 accounts are Toastmaster Keetana and Toastmaster Gautam. And the rest of the people are more than 5 accounts. So coming to a general recommendations. So for the speakers, so when you practice more on your speeches, so you can reduce these accounts because that reduces your nervousness towards your speech. And for the table topic speeches, you cannot practice it well, but you can take about 5 to 10 seconds in the beginning. But in the initial stages, so you can take about 5 to 10 seconds when you're given the topic, and you can plan for what you're going to speak, and this will be okay, and you can improve by this in the futures topic speeches. And in a simple way that I can say, so when you want to give a flawless speech, assume yourself as a king, and the people who are listening to you are the followers. So that will make you more comfortable, and that will give you a more confidence to you. So the main thing is that the matter of confidence, so that gives you the successive flow of thoughts, and that's what ride you through your speech. So that's it, and I hope my report helped you guys to improve yourselves. And over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat. Finally, we have our grammarian, Toastmaster Darshana.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. First of all, only one person used the word of today, and it is Toastmaster Sadhana. So let's give a hand for Sadhana. And then let's move on to the grammarian report. First of all, Saumi used the word tedious, which means too long or slow or dull, tiresome or monotonous. And then we had Keetana ma'am who used the word meticulous, which means showing a great attention to detail, very careful and precise. Vijay sir used the quote Martin Luther King's public speech, which is "I have a dream." For those who didn't know what it is a public speech that was delivered by Martin Luther King, who is also an American civil rights activist. He also used another word called charisma, which means divinely conferred power or talent. He also used the word shrouded, which means cover or envelope, so to conceal from the view. And then he also told about placebo vaccine, which is it's just a drug which resembles the original drug. It's just used to fool people so that they actually develop the immunity in their own body. And then we had Gautam Krishna, who used this word crucial, which is decisive or critical, especially in success or failure of something. And we also got to know that we are being injected intramuscular vaccine. And then we had Gautam, who used the word vivid, which means producing powerful feeling, a strong, clear image in the mind. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dashni. Now, regarding the time that we started, we actually started 7 minutes late. I think mainly because we were waiting for the guest evaluator. So I suggest that when PRs are asking them for the picture to post on social, prepare a poster and post on social media, they can also float in the poster with the link, so that would save us a lot of time. And presiding officer, Toastmaster Dashni, today was the acting presiding officer. Who did an amazing job, which she properly recognized the new joinees, guests, and guest Toastmasters, distinguishing them correctly and opened the session. And coming to the tag team, timer Sadhana had an immaculate introduction for her timer role, explained the components of the timer clearly. I think there was a problem with the screen sharing. Every moment, the green card should be shown. It came 20 seconds late. So the timers are always at liberty. If the website is not working properly, you can go and use your red, yellow, and green photos to screen share. And she gave a very precise report. Good job on that. And our counter, Toastmaster Bharat, again had a very good introduction. His report his report where he applauded the people who had 0 accounts, 5 accounts, and then he went in that order. I felt it could have been gone in the order of more than 10 accounts, less than 10 accounts, less than 5 accounts, and then eventually congratulating the people who had no accounts. That would have been a more systematic way of encouraging people who had no accounts. And good job on giving recommendations. I think tag or role players have stopped giving recommendations in the past few sessions. So that's one thing that you could incorporate in your final reports. Coming to the grammarian, Toastmaster Dashni had a very good introduction and explained the word of the day. I felt the word of the day could have been typed and with the synonym meaning and the usage in the chat box and stored for the later joinees who could have seen it and tried using it. And there was Toastmaster Vijay used the word of the day twice, and Kriti, I think, used the word of the day. And so good job on explaining the words and phrases, which I saw that 90% of grammarians don't do. They just say the impressive words that people use in their speeches. Why do you point it out? Because we are new to it. So again, saying something that they've already said would be useless. So she clearly gave us the meaning for each and every word that would enable us to use it in the future. And okay, this is a bit ironic, but it's called placebo effect, not placebo effect. And one common thing for all the tag role players today was that all your introductions were not pertaining to the theme. Your introductions were general based on your role that you were playing. So why do you write a theme that is, why do you write an introduction that is in respect to the theme? Because the whole session seems, holistic, and that it doesn't seem that the tag role players are all going in one direction and the rest of us are going in another direction. So I suggest that everybody in the future write your introductions pertaining to your theme. And coming to the evaluators, Evaluator 1, Toastmaster Naveen, hats off to you for connecting your evaluator's introduction to the theme, which we very, very rarely see in all evaluators. And the Toastmaster Naveen's eval was almost looked like a prepared speech with containing all the components of an prepared speech, like analogies and metaphors. Amazing eval, and with a constructive feedback that was very useful to the speaker, and especially for an icebreaker. He had a very mellow tone while delivering his feedback to her. I only suggest that you could have followed the sandwich methodology while you were giving the eval. And Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Gautam, great job on recognizing and congratulating Toastmaster Vijay on completing his level 1. I think we can take this away from him, because we don't usually do that. It's best if the evaluators check which level they are, and if they have completed a level and starting another one, it's amazing to congratulate them in your eval introduction. That motivates the speaker, which enables them to give an even more motivated speech. And he had one of the most motivating and expressive feedbacks with useful feedback to the speaker. Again, I think you could have used the sandwich methodology to give the evaluation report. And coming to the table topics master, Kriti Surana. This is Toastmaster Kriti's first time playing table topics master, and I must say that she had one of the best analogies that connected the TT session to the theme of the day. So kudos to you. And the topics, all of them were so doable and speakable that even the guests volunteered to speak, which we have almost never seen in any session. So something to be appreciated, the guests and the table topics master. Judging the table topic section on the whole, I think in a very long time, we've had one of the most a table topic session with so much good quality. I hope this we keep up this level in the future. With all the TT speakers having amazing and unique ideas with beautifully structured speeches. And finally, coming to the Toastmaster of the day, he brought a need of the hour topic with interesting facts of history, asked us questions in the middle, and which kept us hooked to the person who was delivering it. I liked how he connected how he gave us specific feedbacks to every prepared speaker at the end of their speech after they completed it. Also bringing a connection to speaker 1 and speaker 2, telling what was their common ground and which bound the whole prepared speech segment on a whole. And the Toastmaster of the day, the TMOD script was almost looked like a prepared speech, which had elements of humor, query, personal experience, anecdotes, factual information, which is also another need of the hour after all the fake news that we've been seeing on social media in the past. Now, the fake news has also become another pandemic that has to be treated. So I think, so if you had attended a VTC session 80, you are safe with all that you need to know about this coronavirus pandemic. And the only suggestion that I have is that you could have given a character assignment to every single role player. For example, the GE, the timer, our counter grammarian, so that would have enabled the tag role players to have written a script that was pertaining to the theme. So next, we can implement doing that in the future. So a common error at the end was that if you wanted to give your personal feedbacks, you could text the person privately. Otherwise, if a person is giving the speech and the message flashing them would distract them in some ways. So that would be very bad for the speaker and their flow of speech. So that's it from my overall great session. I hope everybody gets vaccinated and all your superstition about vaccine is all cleared from this session. Thanks to the TMOD for bringing in this topic. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So guys, we came to an end of the session. So here I would like to say two theory, that is germ theory and terrain theory. So what is germ theory is, during this theory, they used a microscope and discovered the germs. From this, on this theory only, they decided to kill all the germs. This is how, then only we can keep our keep healthy, stay healthy and safe. So the most common we use to kill the germs are hand sanitizer, Lysol, bleachers, etc. So, and this not only kills the germs, but also there are main drawbacks of these things are they are toxic, not only for the humans but also for the pets. And this may again not keep us healthy and may cause a headache and affects our immunity system. So, and this may also can cause the liver toxicity. And it is also unrealistic because we are surrounded with bacteria, virus, and fungus. Wherever we go, we can't sterile our environment, right? So always there will be some bacteria, good germs and bad germs, everything. So from this, on this whole, we have a word called nosocomial, which means the hospital-derived sickness. We know hospitals are much cleaner. They are maintaining it as clean. But some people, when you go there, just on visiting hospitals, they may become sick, especially some right. So that is because that is because of these reasons. And then the fear environment we have. That is also like when a person is more fear, or when he is like traveling alone or going in the darkness, and if you feel fear, then that may also affect our immunity system and increase our stress level, which can also lead to an health issue. And either we can kill germs or avoid germs. Nowadays, we can see commonly people were wearing the mask to prevent from germs, but actually it does not prevent any virus. On wearing the mask, every time we increase more CO2 in while breathing, which again causes our body more acidic and lowers our oxygen intake. And our immunity also get lowered, and immunity also get lowered because of this. And you can also see that the people uses the two types of masks, like a disposable mask and a homemade mask. When the people using the disposable mask, they should be thrown away on certain limit. And the most dangerous thing that we use is homemade mask, because we can see most people were not even washing them, and that will surely affect. That's not a safe or a healthy life. So in terrain theory, what they say is it's about an inner terrain, which is commonly known as an immunity system. This is also this is about our body works off and deals with what all the things that that are surrounded in our environment. We have an incredible defense system that are in our body when we are created. That is our and WBC, like white blood cells. So in sports, usually they say like the best defense is a good defense, and on that, what our system is working on. Whatever the problem comes in our body, our own immunity system will fight against it. So whatever we should do is, instead of going doing something else, we can try to strengthen our immunity system, so it actually fights against the bad germs and keeps us healthy. So now it's totally in our hand whether we have to be vaccinated. We have to be we have to think that we wanted to be in a vaccinated. You can see like fish vaccinated in a tank, right? You want to be like that, or in a clean tank, fish in a clean tank. Yeah, that is from us. Thank you, and over to President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dave, sir. First of all, I would like to apologize for the grammarian report. Two people used the word of today. I'm extremely sorry. Especially Toastmaster Vijay Surana used the word of today twice in his TT speech and in his prepared speech. And Toastmaster Sadhana used it once. Okay, coming back to the presiding officer's work. Thank you, Toastmaster Dave, sir, for such a wonderful, impactful, and an informational session. We all learned about the history of pandemic, more about vaccinations, and we also learned that we are getting intramuscular vaccine for COVID-19. So, what are we taking back from this session? If you've got both the doses of the vaccine, fine, great, well done. But if you're partially vaccinated, please do go and get your second dose of your vaccine. And if you haven't gotten your vaccine yet, please do go and register yourself in the portal and get yourself vaccinated. As we're nearing to the end of the session, I would like to hear feedback from our guests. So can we have some of our guests for the feedback? We have can we have feedback from Toastmaster Gautam Krishna, please?
Okay. Yeah. Hello. Hello, everyone. This is not my first time attending BTC club session. I've attended once last time. Actually, a couple of times. But before that, I was a GE. So that time, I remember telling a couple of suggestions. And I'm happy to see the kind of growth that has happened. Now you're in your 80th session. I see a lot of new faces, a couple of old faces, but a lot of new faces as well. And I'm happy to see that this club is growing as each session progresses. It was very nice, such a very informative. Like even I myself, like I don't know, I wouldn't have not known even 90% of all this vaccine stuff, but now I can go and brag to my parents, like, yeah, you know this. Yeah, what you're older. Yeah, now I know this is a no, like it's something to brag about. So thank you for the Toastmaster, Dave. And yeah, overall, a nice table topics, nice speeches, very nice speeches. Especially, I couldn't say it because I couldn't. My laptop was a bit slow, but the icebreaker speech, there was something really new, which I have seen. I've not seen it even in VIT. Someone giving any icebreaker speech like this. So that was like really nice to hear. So I just wish you guys all the best. I hope that you guys just keep improving, and I hope to come for your 100th session, some milestone session. I hope to come and chill and enjoy over here. So all the best to everyone, and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gautam. Can we have feedback from Toastmaster Naveen?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, that was really a wonderful session right from the beginning. And just simply besides being some random session based on some random theme, this session was something which was much more informative rather than just simply rather than just simply being a meeting. It was something informational, and of course, I think it is something that we all must be aware of at this point of time. And I really feel great to be a part of. I was lucky, and I feel great to be an evaluator for today's session. And yeah, I'm very happy about it. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Naveen. Can we? I think we'll take like 1 minute so that we can finalize the reports. I mean the awards for the session. So can we have 1 minute on the clock timer, please? Also, people who haven't voted, please do go and vote. It's in the chat box.
Uh, 1 minute over.
Yeah, just. Okay, so the first award, which is the best tag role player award, goes to Toastmaster Kriti Surana for playing the role of. Okay, I think I'm making a mistake. Please give me a minute. I'm sorry. Please. I'm really sorry for the delay. There's a lot of ties, so that's why we had to go through it again and again. So let's not go in the order because we have another order here. So I'll just go with that so that I don't freak out here. We have for let's go in the reverse order. So the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Keetana ma'am for her icebreaker speech. So congratulations, Keetana ma'am. And the best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Gautam. Congratulations, Toastmaster Gautam, on the table topic speech winner. And for the best evaluator, we have Toastmaster Gautam. So congratulations on that. For the best role player, we have best role player. We have Toastmaster Saumini for her general evaluator report. And for the best tag role player, we have Toastmaster Bharat for his R counter. I'm really sorry for messing up the results. So let's just end this session. I would like to thank each and every one of you for attending today's session, and let's all get vaccinated, even if not for us, for the sake of people around us. On that note, I declare 80th session of Fellow Toastmasters Club closed.
One clarification.
Yeah, okay.
The best role player actually is a tie between the Toastmaster of the day and Table Topics Master, not me. They are 36.4% each.
No, that is not that.
And the best tag role player also is a tie between Toastmaster Darshni for women and Toastmaster Bharat for our.
Okay, I genuinely messed it up. Sorry, guys. I had two scripts, so it just got interchanged and a lot of things happened in between. So, yeah, I think our session's over. So,
So I like to thank everyone for having this. We were having a very informative session, and it's okay, Darshini, it happens. Okay, so I asked you a simple question in the starting of the session. The simple answer is vaccine is used to prevent a disease, and medicine is used to cure a disease. Like we take vaccine before the disease occurs, and we have medicine when we get the disease. That's the simple answer. And I hope everyone get vaccinated and we get to go back to new normal. Yeah, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gautam, and thank you, Naveen, for joining this session.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you all. It was an amazing session. Thank you all.
Thank you, Gautam and Naveen, for joining us. It was a pleasure having you guys here. Congratulations, Keertana. It was a wonderful speech.
Thank you, sir. Actually, the group was so encouraging. So that's why I could give this first speech so well. I didn't have that. I know that people will not judge me, and I was so happy to give this first speech.
But not at all. The script was so beautiful.
Which
sitcom was that?
It was a wonderful script.
Thank you, sir.
It's your story. Take credit of it.
Thank you, sir. Actually, I gave my script to Vijay sir first. It was like, yeah, a girl going to college, blah, 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 blah. He had some interesting stories. So I was thinking, I didn't get any story. So I stole some lines from the favorite sitcom, Mom. Yeah, that's how it was. I think I will give this award to Vijay sir. I mean, I'll dedicate this award to Vijay sir for actually bringing me to this group and encouraging me.
As I said, Keertana, Icebreaker is perhaps the only speech, we can't give the credit to anybody else. It's our own stories. It's us. Beautifully written and beautifully delivered, I should say. Wonderful, wonderful way of
I don't know
delivering
what
this.
my mentor will tell me because I totally changed the script.
Mentors are not supposed to, take the call. They are supposed to guide you. The final say is the. Rishi, you did a